something new I wanted to try on this channel. I've been wanting to talk about movies that I've seen. I got this AMC Pass thing where I can see 3 movies a week. I'll be uploading videos, reviewing movies that I feel like I have something to say about. Hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. Let me know what you think. If this doesn't work alongside my art videos, I'll just make a separate channel. No big deal. I'll be talking about The Sun Is Also a Star. I have a lot to say about this movie. It was cute. It was a cute movie. It was your average like romantic comedy type movie. One thing that really stood out to me was, why are these actors playing high schoolers? Like, I don't know, like I get it. I know that usually they hire older actors for younger characters, but they definitely looked like they were in their like late 20s. But you know, that was, I just couldn't get my mind off of that. I was like, wait, like you're supposed to be in high school? What? But whatever, that's not even a big part of the movie now, is it? This movie reminded me a lot of the movie Mr. Nobody. Just like in The Sun Is Also a Star, like there's these segments where the narrator is, or the main character is speaking about some like theories and scientific stuff, and like there's like these like beautiful images that are like all sciencey and whatnot. I don't know a lot about like different directors and how they're related or what movies they made. I don't know if these 2 movies are related to each other in any way, but they definitely like reminded me of each other. So The Sun Is Also a Star and Mr. Nobody both took this overarching theme or idea and they'll lace it in with like science along with going on with the story. So the main character of The Sun Is Also a Star, she was more like, I don't believe in love, I believe in science, the provable. Mr. Bay, okay, honestly, I don't even remember their names anymore. I think Natasha and I don't remember the other character's first name, but Mr. Bay, he was more of like this free-spirited, like, oh, I believe in love and I believe in fate and I believe in all these things happening for a reason. But I think at the end of the day, what won was this whole idea of like fate. One of the overarching ideas was also like these different realities based on the choices you make, which is also what Mr. Nobody was about. So like I made these connections because those were very big things in both the movies, and I actually really liked this style of filming, like explaining the theory or this idea to the audience and then having them witness it through the story. Mr. Nobody is actually like one of my favorite movies, so when I made that connection, I was like, oh my god, I might like this movie. And I did like the movie. It was cute, but it's definitely not like a favorite. Let's talk about Mr. Bay. So I think this movie was based off of a book, so I would understand why they wouldn't change specific details. But I just felt like this character was a little bit too perfect. Like it was a little bit, it was very like cliche. Like why this character doesn't have any flaws. He's like this perfect buff guy that writes poetry. Like what? And in the beginning when they introduce this character to us, he like puts on his pants and there's like, he's just jiggling his butt. And like, I'm like, wait, who is this movie, like who is this movie for? Is it for like preteens? Is it for teenagers? Is it for adults? It's like, what was that? What was the need for that butt jiggle scene? Like everyone in the theater was just laughing. Like it was just such a weird thing to put in. And like such a weird introduction to a character. I was also thinking how like this takes place in the span of a day. And I know they touched on this with the whole butterfly thing, but why are they so in love with each other after a single day? I know that's the whole plot of a movie, but it's just so like insane. And why is his name Mr. Bay? That's so like straightforward, like Bay, like oh that's my Bay, like that's such a weird name. I just felt like this guy was too perfect, and he was kind of creepy too. So like, but he got away with it because he's like just this chiseled guy. If this was any other random guy or even just like an average looking guy, his behavior would have been so creepy, insanely creepy. Like this man was like not taking no for an answer. She was like, I'm not interested, I don't believe in love, I'm sorry. we just met today, and he's like, I'll make you fall in love with me in an hour. Excuse me, sir? Like, oh my God. She brought him over to meet her parents the same or the next day. Like, they slept together in the park, which, by the way, not a good idea. You could have gotten murdered. Like, that was definitely a possibility. And you're in high school. Like, what? I'm not gonna lie to you though, the movie, like, it was cute. Like, it was, like, it touched my heart. Like, I was like, aww. But, like, it's supposed to. Like, I expected it. Like, there isn't any, like, crazy plot twists or anything. What I was actually expecting to happen in the movie was that they would get married after that day so that she didn't have to be deported back to Jamaica. I was thinking that's, like, a pretty, like, plausible line of thought. And, like, they would get married, she could be a US citizen, she could stay in New York City, but also they were in high school. So I can see why they didn't make that happen, but I was thinking it could have been a solution to her problems, to both their problems. He wanted to be in love with her, she wanted to be a US citizen. You know what? I just think it probably could have worked out if they put on a good act. But apparently they didn't need to put on a good act because they were already in love with each other after a day. But I do believe that this movie was a great reflection of the absurdity of teenage love and the intensity and how quickly it goes. And especially in New York City, I feel like those are very unique type of love stories. And I feel like kids grow up really fast here, and a lot of couples think it's meant to be after a couple months. So I feel like maybe a day isn't too insane in our world. One part that was weird to me was like when they were doing the karaoke thing, and then she flashed forward and thought about their future. They had a baby. I was like, oh my God, this is moving so quickly. This love story is insane. Eventually she like leaves to Jamaica, and when she comes back, she has super long hair and she has the pink ends. I was like, oh my God, they're touching on something they talked about earlier. Oh, speaking of hair. So I thought when they filmed in 125th and the hair place, the black hair care store, that was so like, that was such an interesting part to me, but I was so caught off guard with like the extreme racism. Like, I know that that's like part of the movie and I understand it, and like it's probably a reality too. Like, there's parents that aren't okay with their child being in an interracial relationship, but like I was caught so off guard when the brother was like, oh, you caught another shoplifter? And then like the dad brought her over and was like, here's some relaxer for your hair. Oh my God, that hit me so personally, because if someone gave me, like, offered me relaxer for my hair, that would hurt me on a whole different level. So like I felt that. So like that was crazy to me. I don't know if it was excessive or like, I don't know. I was just so shocked. I was taken aback. I was like, oh my God. But I guess that's what they wanted. That's the reaction they wanted from me. It was fairly New York. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it was pretty New York. She said dead ass like one time at the skate park. And then I was like, she said dead ass. Are we gonna get more? I was a little worried. I was like, is this gonna get corny? Like New York corny? Or like, are they gonna use like words the wrong way? But she only like tried like once. And it like, it fit. It was okay. I didn't die like from her saying dead ass. He like kind of saved her life. He like grabbed her, like pulled her back, and like they fell on the floor. I would have been mad. I would have been like, oh my God, why would you tackle me like that? I don't know. That car didn't really seem like it was gonna hit her, but I guess like in the scheme of the movie, we're supposed to assume it would have killed her. But I don't know. I would have been mad if someone just like. Also, why did the porting lawyer type person, why was he interviewing Mr. Bray about getting into a college, but also helping her not get deported? Like, what is this man's title? Like, was I just not paying attention? Like, why were they assigned the same person? Like, I know it's fate, but like, that was pretty unrealistic. But it's a movie. a part that I loved. I love like the scenery where the kids were eating like the coco mango cherry like ice creams. I love the many beautiful faces of New York. Like I love that this movie wasn't like just so whitewashed. Like nothing against white people, but you know, I love that how New York is this representation of, it's a mixing pot. That's what it is. And there's so many different colorful people and faces and cultures. I love that this movie was able to present that. That's something that I loved about the movie. I love that it showed multiple cultures. Also, what was up with that brother? Why was he so spiteful? Oh wait, no, he was like jealous of his brother because he was like the one that was supposed to be the doctor, and his brother was like good looking. But like, Charlie, come on, Charlie, get it together. Like, why did he have? He was like, oh, and I'll take your girl, afro and all. What? What kind of a line is that? Come on, Charlie Bay, get it together, man, get it together. I want my thoughts to be a lot more organized on this, but this is honestly my first ever like movie review type video. I used to review Broadway shows on a blog, but you know, that's typing. This is like I'm talking to a friend. So hopefully these videos will get better. These movie review videos will get better. I promise you. This is just like a test phase, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's okay. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the movie. I'm sure once I finish recording, I'm gonna be like, shit, I forgot to mention this part. I forgot to talk about this part. But you know, it's okay. Like this is a decent enough, a long enough video. I'm done. I'll be uploading more of these because I'm gonna be seeing 3 movies a week. So I'll get back to you guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it very much. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos on art, graffiti, New York City, vlogs, and movie stuff. Yeah. Thank you for watching.